Hello everyone, Monty here, and today I've been cooking up a storm, doing all kinds of food prep. Let's see, I made oven baked salmon, I made Brussels sprouts, I made a chicken meatloaf, I'm making a pot of slow cooked chili, which is 6 hours. It's in the slow cooker over here right now. What else did I make? Oh, I made 3 different kinds of squash. I made pumpkin. I roasted a pumpkin, I roasted spaghetti squash, I roasted acorn squash, and after I make these golden beets, I'm gonna make pumpkin soup for dinner. My mom's coming over with Marva, her BFF, and we're going to have an appetizer of roasted beets with goat cheese drizzled with a balsamic reduction. And then we're gonna have pumpkin soup, and then I never make red meat. I'm always making them the same, like 6 dishes, so I wanna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna have pan-seared top sirloin, with probably some green beans with sauteed mushrooms, cherry tomatoes, and I think that's about it. Oh, we're probably gonna have some purple sweet potato as well. So anyway, just get started, I thought I'd show you how to make the oven roasted beets. Very easy to make. First thing I always do with beets is I always put gloves on, because the red beets stain your fingers. Like, you could scrub with a very coarse sponge and take forever to get off. The golden beets are almost as bad, not as bad. So now whenever I make beets, when I cut them up, I wear the gloves, and then when I take the skin off, I make the gloves. But really, it's very easy to make. Let me just get my knife that I just cleaned. And I'm also gonna use tin foil. I am gonna go on Amazon and try and get like a ceramic roaster that you roast garlic in, but maybe a bigger one for beets. I know it's not good to cook with tin foil. This is how I've always made it, but I really need to make the effort. I don't use tin foil at all anymore, except for making the beets. I used to cook all kinds of stuff with it. I don't do that anymore, but I am going to try to find something online so I don't have to use it anymore. And the reason why, the aluminum kind of bakes off a little bbit, and they say it's been linked to Alzheimer's and all this other stuff, and I've heard this before. So I want to stop using it. But anyway, this one last time I'm going to use it. So when I get home from the supermarket, I clean everything with soap and water. I clean the happy birthday. I sing the happy birthday song twice. I heard that's how long you have to wash your hands and vegetables and fruits when you, to try to kill the COVID-19. So I do that all. So this was already washed for the wash police, because people always say, did you rinse that first? Guys, if you would hear the comments I get on a daily basis of people asking me if I washed my hands, did I do this, did I do that? It is unbelievable. Asking me how it tastes and what's the difference between this and like, they'll ask you like a million questions. Unbelievable. I want to do this parody on all the different questions. You wouldn't even believe it. So anyway, so what I do first is I just cut a little bit of the bottom off so it will sit like this in the oven. And also the top looks kind of funky, as you can see, right? And we want to cut the top off too to expose the beets so we can put a little seasoning. So I'm just going to show you how I do one. Let me just throw this out here. So I'm going to take my piece of tin foil. I'm going to put this on here. Then I'm going to get my olive oil spray. I'm always never really prepared these days. Just a couple little sprays, a couple little turns of I use pink Himalayan sea salt. I think it tastes much better. Plus, the pink has nutrients where white salt doesn't. Google table salt. It's got all kinds of crap in table salt. It's got fillers and this. It's got bad stuff in white table salt. Then I put a little bit of pepper on top. And then I just take it and I close it up and I cook it in the oven for 400 degrees for probably about an hour, hour and 10 minutes. You want to poke it with a fork and it should be cooked. And that's just that easy. So now when it's done and I take it out of the oven, I'll show you how I take the skin off. Online, if you Google it and how to roast beets in the oven, you'll see a lot of posts like this with the tin foil. And then you'll see people take paper towels so the hand doesn't get stains, and they'll like just brush. When it's really cooked well, you brush with the paper towels and the skin just falls off. I like using the gloves. It's easier than the paper towels. You can buy these on Amazon. I know somebody will ask me that question for sure. I buy these on Amazon. I don't remember the price, so don't ask me. I buy boxes of 100. I think I buy usually 2 boxes at a time, because I use them for shopping and I use them for cooking certain things that I want to get my hands dirty. I don't cook red beets too much anymore because it's like such a mess. Even when you chop it, it seems to squirt everywhere and it looks like a murder scene in your kitchen. I remember in this house I was renting before this house that I bought, while I was building this house I was renting. It had white countertops. I had to scrub it with bleach and like a very coarse sponge to get all this, because when I was chopping it, it was just splattering everywhere. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, again, this is gonna go in the oven, 400 degrees for about an hour and 10 minutes. When it's ready, I'll take it out and show you just how easy it is to take the skin off and then slice them, and then I'll put them in the refrigerator, and right before they come to dinner, I'll just nuke them up, get them a little hot, put the goat cheese on top, and then drizzle with the balsamic reduction. Very fancy kind of appetizer, very healthy, very low in calories. If you only use a little bit of cheese, you probably have 5 calories for the balsamic reduction, probably 50 calories for the cheese, and then maybe 25, 30 calories for the, depending on how much of the beets I use. So it's like 100, and maybe it'll be 150 calories for the appetizer, which is going to be absolutely incredible and very nutritious. A lot of good nutrients in beets. Anyway, I'll turn the camera back on once they come out of the oven and show you how to finish them up. Okay, everyone, just took the beets out of the oven about an hour ago. I let them cool, and they cooked an hour and 10 minutes. After an hour, I poked them with a fork. They weren't soft yet. They were still a little hard. So I put them back in for another 10 minutes. Usually if it doesn't do it in an hour and 10 minutes is good. So I'm gonna put my gloves on because I told you that it stains your hand. The yellow not as bad as, the golden beets not as bad as the red, but the golden still will stain your hands. So I'm going to go ahead and put the gloves on, and if you don't have gloves, you can use the paper towels. They tell you to take 2 paper towels and kind of go like this, and you can start peeling off, you see, you start peeling off the skin. See how it just starts coming right off? But I like better doing it with my hands. I find it's even easier, and you can just start using your hands, and you just start peeling off. Maybe the ladies that have little nails, it helps a little bit, get underneath it a little bit. And once it's really cooked, it just peels off really easily. So I'm just gonna do one. You don't need to watch me do all 3 of these. And it's gonna be a really nice appetizer. We're going to have sliced beets with goat cheese sprinkled on top, and then a drizzle of balsamic reduction. You don't really need a lot of goat cheese at all, but maybe like a ½ ounce, maybe even 1/3 of an ounce. I'll see how much tonight. I haven't made this in a long time. And goat cheese is like 100 calories an ounce. So it'll be about like 50 or 30 something calories. So I'm just gonna go here and see, now I got all the skin off. And what I typically is gonna get every little piece off, okay, because you want it to be pretty when you slice it. So I just get all the funkiness off. And then what I usually do is just slice a little bit, because it's gonna be funky on either side, just a little bit of specks. I just slice a little bit off each side, just so I can get a nice clean, no other stuff on there, no marks. Because we want it to be really beautiful. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to get all the brown stuff off. And then all we do, it's the best, is I just take it this way with a knife, and I just slice the beets. And there we go. Look how beautiful it is. It's gonna be a great appetizer. So anyway, I'm gonna slice all these beets, get them ready for the appetizer tonight. Then I'll just, it's only a couple hours till they get here. So I'm just gonna put them in the microwave, I'll nuke them. I'll put the cheese out on top, and I'll drizzle it, and boom, there's our appetizer. So very healthy, very nutritious, utterly delicious, and really will impress anybody for an appetizer. We're gonna have the golden beets, then we're gonna have pumpkin soup. I just made from scratch. I just uploaded it to my YouTube site, put my name, Monty Kingstone, in the search bar, YouTube. The video was a little long, so I'm gonna upload it to Instagram, but I'm gonna have to chop like a minute off at the end. The whole video will be on my YouTube channel. So we're gonna have, the beets with the goat cheese and the balsamic drizzle for the appetizer, the pumpkin soup after that, and then I never make steak. I'm gonna make a little petite sirloins, top sirloins for all of us, with some green beans with sauteed mushrooms, tomatoes, and onion. And then for dessert, my boss bought some baklava over yesterday, so maybe we'll just have some, it's all natural, just made with honey, but honey is still processed like sugar in the body. but I know they'll want something sweet. I may even have 1 or 2 little pieces, a little baklava. And that's gonna be our dinner tonight. So hope you enjoyed the video learning how to make a oven roasted golden beets. It's so easy, so delicious. If you haven't tried them, you really should.